Hi everyone, it's Jen. Welcome to BumbleBeeCrafts. So I'm here with the start of my dressmaking journal that I'm doing. This is leftover project from the 100 days, which has, I think it's the final week 14 that we're now going into. Where Rachel's just doing lots of freebies and giveaways. She's got a fantastic week planned, Rach and Bella, the pair of them on their channels. But I never got to do this during the 100 days. So this month, June, which I can't believe we're in June already, gosh, wow, time is going too quickly. Anyway, yeah, so during this month I'm going to be working on my dressmaker's journal, and today we're doing the cover. I've got my ideas, I've got my plan that I want to do, so I just thought I'd switch the camera on and we can start the process together. I don't think I need those anymore, so let me just put them up there out of the way. As you can probably see, my setup is still downstairs at the moment. Still trying to get my cats, my new cat and my resident cat, to accept each other. That's still a work in progress, but we'll get there, definitely get there. So I've chosen some papers already. That's going to be for the spine, both inside and out. And then these are going to be on the inside and these are going to be on the outside, because on the front cover I want to use this lovely little dress that I made as one of my mixed media projects. I've got a video. If you've not seen it, I'll link it below. Try to remember to link it below. Yeah, I just think that on the cover, and I'm going to use this one as the front cover. Let's see, I just hold it up to the light. Yeah, I was probably going to go with this bottom piece, and then this will go on top, but I'll put like a collage behind it, maybe some book page or some pattern paper or something, just so that it stands out behind on top of here. That was the idea, so I'll move that one to the side. I've already gone ahead and pre-cut my sizes. Now here in the UK, obviously I'll be working with A4 size, so these are 23 centimeters high by they're 15.5 each panel is. So time you get that together with a, where have we got? We've got a 5-inch. Did I do a 5-inch spine? 5 centimeter spine. Yeah, 5 centimeter spine. And then you get that there. We're almost at 37 centimeters in total. Now for you guys in inches, let's see what this works out to be. That's 6 1/8 inches, and then this is 9 inches, and then my spine is just short, virtually 2 inches spine. Now I'm going to be doing 2 signatures in the spine here. They're going to be quite thin signatures because I want to do something a bit different as my center signature. I want it to be, it's going to be a double pocket that flips, so that you can flip the pocket and it'll be top opening, so it's the full width of the journal. And my idea behind that is when this wants, I'm going to use this as a working journal, so I'm going to do some designs. Maybe if I was doing my dressmaking, I'd want somewhere to store quite a bulky pattern. I think I've got an old pattern here that I'm happy to use and cut up. But you get all your pattern pieces when you're doing your dressmaking, so these need to slot in somewhere. So I want to create 2 big pockets. So one will go one way like this. Basically they're going to hinge onto here, that you can then tuck your pattern in, so it's a real working journal for dressmaking. So that's my idea. I will obviously take you through step by step of how I'm going to do this, but for now I need to figure out the engineering bit of the flippy pockets that I'm going to do. But to start with, I want to get these covered. Now, I think what I'm going to do is cover the spine with this, and I want to leave a little bit of a gap because I want to hinge these onto here like so, and do the same on the inside. Then I want to cover it because I don't want that to overlap onto here. I might do some lace on the pocket, on the spine afterwards, but for now, that's what I want to do. So where are we? First things first, let's cut our panels for the front and the back. So this one was going to be on the front, and let's just hold it up to the light. Yeah, I'm thinking we could probably go right to the corner here. Like so. Let's draw. We want to cut there, and we want to cut there, and that's going to be our front panel. So I'm just going to label that front. Okay, we'll cut everything in a minute. Let's just mark. And again, with this one's going to be on the back. Now I'm thinking I probably want the full bit of the flowers, so I'm going to do this one in here. Let's do this, mark it, and this is the back. Okay, now I'm going to need to do exactly the same, so back, outside. I have to do all this writing on here, otherwise I get myself confused. My ADHD brain just is like freezes up on me. Right, so let's mark the inside. I definitely want to use this one on the back. Now, yeah, I think I'm just going to go like this on here, on this one. And that's the back inside. So how's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. Hope you've been following along with the collaboration. As I said, it's come to an end now, but there's so many videos that I know I'm going to have to go back and re-watch, because there's just so many fantastic ideas that I've pretty much watched most of the videos. I've got a couple more still to watch, sorry, I'm just going to write front inside. Yeah, I'll definitely be going back over them and recreating some of them. So that's our panels ready for covering. We'll cut those in a minute. Now let's do the spine, and I think I can go up to the top on here, but I want to, if I just leave, put it on here like so. I want to leave maybe 2 centimetre gap. Yeah, a 2 centimetre gap either side. And it wants cut in there. Okay, so I'm just wondering if I could do this 2 centimetre gap, 2 centimetre, that's not straight, 2 centimetre gap there. So yeah, I'm going to do, let's see what that's, so it's that panel and that panel. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we are, they don't look even. Where are we? We've got 9 centimetres. Yeah, it is, trick of the eye. So let's do spine, outside, spine, inside. Okay, right, let's bring my big chomper across and cut everything. Okay, so let's cut this bottom bit. Okay, some nice scraps there. I'll just leave them to the side. So that's there, and then we measured there. Okay, so they're the spine pieces. Gonna go on like that. Yeah, okay, so that's our spine. And then we've got front inside. That can be front inside. And this is the front outside. Okay. And the spine, and then we've got back inside. Yeah. And then the back outside. Okay. Hopefully that lines itself up. Not quite. Let's see. We might have to do a little bit of a trim. Back outside. Oh no. Okay. Right. So there's our panels and our bits cut. That's some lovely scraps to play with. Where's the scrap thingy? There we go. Chuck them in there. Okay, so I can ink it once it's all been glued together. But what I want to do first is the spine, and we're going to do the outside of the spine here. Okay. Trying to keep my panels separate. Let's grab my glue page, and then I want to just line it up on here, and I'm just going to use my just come down ever so slightly so I can see the line. There we go. I'm going to use these to hold that there. Now we know we left 2 inches, and I'm just going to do a bit here, and then 1, 2, a bit there. 1, 2. So we should be 1, 2. We should. I can get this lined up and glued down in there. Okay. Glue. I'm just going to use this stick glue for now, because I'm thinking while the panels are separate, I might do a bit of stitching on it, as it is a dressmaker's journal, so stitching is going to look lovely on it. Okay, so there's my lines. Oops. And make sure we are there and there. Okay. Okay. So that's one bit of the spine. And now if we join those together, no, we can't, can we? What am I thinking? Brain. We now need to cover the outside of our two panels, don't we? Now this is where if I'd have been doing a prototype, it would have helped my brain figure this out, but you guys are getting it in real time. So back, outside, meaning that's going to go there. So I want to stick this bit onto here first, don't I? Then I'm going to do it upside down. Then that panel is going to go over on the top, leaving the gap. Yes. Now, I think I'd still be able to stitch it even if once the cover is put together. I would still like to do some stitching all around each of these panels, and then I can decide on pockets or anything like that. Okay, so we are outside. Do you know what I'm just going to do is, which way does that look? Is that that? No, it does look like it's that way. So I'm just going to do that way. And again, when that goes on to the outside, we do back. Top. Okay. While I'm marking everything, just going to do front, inside. If you're anything like me, getting this done is essential, so you don't get confused. Okay, so that's going to go on there, and then, okay, right, they're the inside pieces. I'm going to put the inside pieces over there so I don't get myself confused. That's the front that we're working on. Right, okay, so yes, this needs to glue here with just a little gap in here that will then give me that bit. Okay. So I'm just going to run this glue down on here. A nice good amount. Okay, make sure we're okay. Now I'm going to use my marker again on here. Right, and then all I want to do is just get that straight. We're a little, needs to go up a little bit. Might have to do a little bit of a trim around it, but that's fine. I'm just wondering if that needs to come in a little bit. Oops. There we go. Okay, that's then given me, and it won't be that thin because obviously we've got this that's going to go on here as well, so this I can then get a nice thickness on here, and I still think I'm probably going to go over the outside with some fabric anyway. I usually like to do that. So that's that side. Now we want to do the other side, and we want to do this on this bit here. Okay. So let's put another load of glue on here. Like so. Again, we're going to find a nice straight line, line this up, and then do the same again, leaving just a little gap. Like so. Okay. So that's the spine joined together, and that's going to be our journal. Okay. Let's do these. Now theoretically that, yeah, I might need to do a little bit of a trim on these. And I'm thinking also at this stage I might need to have this edge inked. Yeah, I think I'm going to. Now at the moment on the cover I'm just going to use Vintage Photo, but I have brought out the pinkier ink oxides. I've got Sponge Sugar, which I think might be a bit pale for this kit. Kitsch Flamingo, which I thought might be quite nice, but I do have Victorian Velvet, but it's in an ink. So as we go into the journal with ephemera and pages and things like that, I'm thinking to myself that it might be nice to use some of those colours in, rather than just always going with Vintage Photo. Okay. So we are going to be using Vintage Photo, and we need to make sure that that glues onto here. And I probably think I'll need to trim it down slightly, but that's fine, we can do that once it's glued on. I think what I'm going to just do is ink along here. It's a little trick I do if I'm looking to glue something onto a page. It just helps me to see where the line is and the fold. So I want to be putting this somewhere like that. Yeah, right, okay. Gluing this down. Just thinking on which glue to use, and I'm probably going to use this for the main bit of it, and then I'll go around the outside. Oops, careful, Ginger. Right, and I'll go around the outside with this glue. If I can unplug it, it's got a big glue in here. Should have done this before I put that on there. And I don't have any pins down here, do I? Come on. Bugger it. I'm going to need to go and get me pins from upstairs. The joys of crafting on a desk that you're not usually crafting onto. Right, let's do this all with the glue then. It's going to be stitched around anyway. Oh, if you notice, look, front inside, or front outside, and I'm doing the back outside. It's not going well today, is it? Okay, let's try doing this. Because it's that side that we're pushing it on. That is right, isn't it? Yes, that is the right side. Okay, right, let's get back to gluing. Disaster. Well, I nearly had a disaster. Managed to avert it. Okay. Okay. Covered in purple. Now, I'm wanting to go like that. Like that. And I inked the wrong side after all of that, didn't I? Never mind. Never mind. Okay. I'll just use the brush and go in there and give that a bit of an ink. Do need to trim around this anyway. So now that that's done, let's do our inside cover, and let's see if we can get this the right side inked at least. And then I must check my time because actually, let me just check it now. Oh, 27 minutes. Oh, that's not too bad. I was thinking this might go over me. Oh, designer room chair is so squeaky. Sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking this might well go over the half hour, because I really wanted to get this all done so that in my next video I could work on the like the journal topper that I want to use, that lovely dress, and just sort of decorate that bit up. There we go. Okay, so that is the cover so far, on the outside anyway. Okay, definitely need to do a little bit of trimming, so let's do some trimming now. Before we okay. Which one's my rubbish bin? That one. Makeshift rubbish bin. Okay. like so. Okay. So yeah, there's a little bit of a gap there, but that will get covered up. And there we go. Right, so that's the outside. I think that's going to look really, really nice time I build up some layers behind that on there. So now we need to do the same process for the inside. So I'm going to weight this down like that so that I know the spine is going to go down there like that. Okay, glue page. Which is the top? That's the top. Okay. Alright, so using my mat to mark it again. Now with this, I'm going to go like that. But I want to do the same on this side. Okay. Put glue on there. Okay. Now, do we need to? We do. I'm going to trim as I go now. Okay, that side's fine. This side has just a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to re-burnish that edge down. Okay, so that's the spine, and we are get it the right way round. I have put those on the right way. Yeah, I think that's the right way. Okay, so glue page. Oh, they're stuck to each other. And we can now put the back panel on. So this is not quite a full-on tutorial, it's kind of me figuring it out as I go along, but sharing my process with you. Yeah, so that's going to go on there. So let's get this one glued. Probably going to need another glue stick in a minute, which hopefully it'll last the rest of this video. Because again, that means going upstairs into the back bedroom where my sweet new boy Grayson is residing. he does come out. He's due to come out once I've done this video and I've got it editing. He'll come out and come downstairs, but my other resident cat needs to be shut in our bedroom because she's just not playing ball with him at the moment. She just keeps hissing at him, which is not good. And because when she hisses, she doesn't stand and fight. She's a bit of a scaredy cat, and she'll just run, because that's what she used to do with a boy ghost that we had previously. He'd want to play and stuff, and she'd go and run, and it's like game on to him. And I got a feeling Grayson's going to be very similar, but we'll get there. We will get there. Okay, so that's that panel. Let's do again a little bit of trimming, because it's okay. And that side's fine. Okay, or is it just a little bit down here? Look, you can just see a bit of white. Properly cut along here. Trying to get it straight. There we go, that's better. Okay, make sure those edges are burnished down. Okay, so that's the inside. So now I want to do exactly the same for the front cover. Okay, should just have enough glue. And then this video will be finished for now, and then I'll be back. Oops, gouged out my glue. Good. Yeah. There we go. That'll do. Okay. Again, I forgot to ink this one. Never mind. Okay. Is that fine on there? Yes, that is. Right, let's see what we need to do. As I thought, a little bit of trimming up here. And using glue stick, I'll probably need to weight this under something. It's already starting to curl around the edge. So I stuck to my finger. Sticky fingers. Okay. Let me burnish that down. So that is my cover so far anyway. There we go. Make sure that's burnished down. So yeah, there we go. That's my cover figured out and put together. Once it's all been dry and flattened, I'll give it a good ink all around. It's possibly going to put some little metal corners on here as well, because she's going to be a working journal, so she's going to be used quite a bit, so I want to protect those bits. And then I will be back and we'll do some decorating on the front, get the cover, the topper, this, and then the layers underneath that I want to do. And then I will work out how I'm going to do my flip-flap little pocket inserts, and show you how I'm going to do those. So there we go. Thank you very much for crafting along with me, and I will be back in my next video. Take care everyone. Happy crafting. Bye.